All right, so let's go ahead and put it into drive. Very straightforward and down. You can go ahead and manually shift the 8-speed automatic transmission, but for right now, let's just go ahead and leave it in normal. So like I said, 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a hybridized motor that's housed in between the transmission and the engine. So this one produces 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. This is the engine that you find on any of the iForce Max variants of the Land Cruiser, as well as the Tacoma and the 4Runner. But let's go ahead and take this puppy out for a drive. You know, this is like I said, this is my third time driving a Tacoma, and ooh, oh my god, that engine is amazing. You know, the electric portion being embedded into the actual like transmission housing is a lot better, and the reason why I say that is because you get instant torque. You know, 465 pound-feet of torque in a Toyota truck, let alone the Tacoma, was never heard about until they came out with this version. I really like the way this you know, motor felt on the regular TRD Sport one that I actually drove, and when I drove this one actually, or when I should say when I drove the Land Cruiser variant. All right, so let's go ahead and continue driving. Now, like I said, really nice engine. Also, I want to say, when it comes to like road noise, this actually does really good at mitigating. There is some insulation that Toyota has done for the TRD Pro models, and it feels really good. Yes, the suspension wise, these TRD, not bad, Fox shocks that we have on this model, actually you could feel a lot of the bumpiness, which is typical of a body on frame vehicle, which is this vehicle, but it feels good. You know, I like the fact that we have a way of feeling the road through the whole body of the vehicle. A lot of people don't like that, but for me as a person that has noticed that a lot of cars lately, especially modern cars, have been going away from having some road intrusion being embedded into the overall cabin space. You know, I just like that personally. That's just me. I know some people don't like that, but it's so nice to have something where you could just have a little bit of feeling in the car. So this poor person in front of us in their Dodge Durango actually broke down, but let's go ahead and give it some gas. You can feel the wheels chirping at the rear since I have it right now in 2 high. Now I want to say something. Since this is the part-time 4-wheel drive system, never put it in 4 low or 4 high if you're driving on asphalt like this. Only put that whenever you are in like deep snow or in sand or anything like that. Never put it on asphalt because it will mess with the transfer case. It's gonna mess it up and it's gonna break, and that's gonna be catastrophic. You're gonna have to pay for that. But overall, this vehicle feels great. Now the seats actually kind of help a little bit. Yes, the isodynamic seats. These roads aren't the most perfect over here in Homestead, but you actually feel like less of the bumpiness being incorporated into the seats, and I actually really like that. It kind of keeps you in your place when you are driving. That's something that no other car I've ever driven actually has ever done. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw it into sport mode. Let's turn around this corner. Oh my god, Toyota just knows how to make fun, performance-oriented vehicles, and that's exactly what this vehicle is. Even though it is an off-roader, it is a performance-oriented vehicle. You know, all that horsepower, all that torque underneath the hood, sending power to the rear. It's just so fun, you know, like oh man, oh man. Now, you know, like I said, suspension wise, not that bad. Not that bad. It's not gonna make you feel too queasy. I know there's a lot of people that don't like the bumpiness of you know, body on frame vehicle, but it's not gonna make you feel queasy. Trust me, I'm telling you right now. And like I said, it does have that hybridized motor, so whenever you're coming to a slower stop, it will shut off the engine and actually have you go into that electric motor portion. Now, it's not gonna be all the time, it's only gonna happen every now and then, or maybe when you have it in eco, whenever you're driving on the highway, it kind of disconnects the engine to help with efficiency a little bit. But this is not really like a full-on hybridized vehicle. It's not meant for, you know, saving fuel economy. It's more meant for performance, and that's exactly what this vehicle is. So like now, for example, when we're coming to a stop, it's gonna actually shut off the engine, and that's it. You're not gonna have the rumble of the engine anymore. It's just gonna be in hybrid mode. That's why it says ready over there off to the side. If it doesn't say that, then that means that, you know, you're still having the gas engine on. So right now, as you see, we're coasting, still ready. And then when we're gonna go ahead and put some input into the gas, livens up the engine, and it's seamless, absolutely seamless. It's not like those traditional starter, you know, auto start stops functions. No, this is a lot better. I really like the way that Toyota has done this vehicle. Now we're gonna go back to the dealership. Let's go ahead and see how it feels around this bend over here. Yes, body on frame vehicle. Oh, that feels good. Oh yes, yes. And then give it some throttle input and get up to speed. Very, very nice. Now I want to give a huge thank you to South Dade Toyota for allowing me to film this vehicle. Like I mentioned, if you guys are interested in purchasing any vehicle whatsoever from Toyota South Dade, make sure to go ahead and contact Leo. He'll be able to assist you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.